Hey guys, and welcome back to the Black Travel Nurse. It's your girl Akilah, aka Nurse Key, and today we're going to be discussing a few tips on how you can avoid nursing burnout. So if you're still interested, stay tuned. In my personal experience, I have felt burnt out to the maximum, and I had to actually utilize some of these tips so that I can continue to love my job, continue to have a life, and put myself first so that I can pour into my patients. So those of you who aren't familiar what exactly nursing burnout is, it is the mental, physical, and emotional exhaustion caused by the stressors of the job. Burnout can lead to disengagement, feeling unmotivated, and actually sometimes just feeling hopeless about your career, which can sometimes spill over into your personal life. Now, for my nurses and nursing students watching, this question may seem asinine and completely outrageous to even ask, but a lot of the reasons nurses get burnt out is feeling overworked and underpaid. It's a stressful and high stress level job, and we are worked and worked and worked. Sometimes we're even short staffed. We might not even have a lot of support from upper management, and it adds more to the stress. Another reason is neglecting yourself and your needs. I mean, yes, we're nurses, but we're humans too, and we have basic needs. And I've heard of some people, and sometimes, I'm guilty myself, of going a whole 12 hours without even going to the bathroom. Or I've heard of some people going a whole 12 hours without eating. Me, myself, I can't do that, but I know it happens, and honestly, it's unacceptable. Another reason is coping with other stresses outside of work. Work is already stressful enough, and then having to deal with more stress outside of work can continue to add to the way that you're feeling and the burnout that you're feeling. First things first is to put yourself first. For some reason, as nurses, we've been taught this unspoken rule as your patients come first, everything else comes first, and you come second or last. And that is simply untrue. Think of it like this. If you're a glass that, if you're even halfway full or filled, and you're constantly pouring out, and not replenishing your own self with self-care, meditation, prayer, whatever you do to fill yourself up, how do you expect to continuously pour into others when at the end of the day you have nothing to give? And make sure you continue to keep yourself filled so that you have something to pour into. Find a way to manage stress and your emotions. Try each week to indulge in self-care activities, whether it's journaling, whether it's giving yourself a spa day, taking a day to just do a favorite hobby that you like. Do something that is going to take care of you. Give yourself at least one day a week of stress-free or minimum stress days. Next, try finding a nursing support group, or at least other nursing friends. It's always great to have a group or even one or two people that you're able to talk to, they're able to empathize with you, and you guys can both unload on each other how you feel, and some can even give some type of insight to what they do and how they're able to unload and de-stress. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Whether it's help outside the workplace and even at work. If you need help, ask. There's no point of just continuously carrying that burden and feeling like you have nobody else to go to. Another thing, I do this no matter what. Take your break. You are designated at least 30 minutes. I don't know how every state does it, but I think it is at least the minimum 30 minutes of a lunch break or a break where you can sit down and de-stress. And I understand as a nurse, we don't always get this time to go and get our uninterrupted 30-minute break. But even if it's just 2 minutes where you just take yourself just out of the picture for 2 minutes, you go to the bathroom and just do some breathing exercises. Just woosah. If you got to count down from 10 just to get your mind right, just from all the stresses going on at work, do that. Another tip is to manage your time, and don't be afraid to say no. If you set a schedule outside of work and even at work of things that you need to get done, And you can kind of just pick apart of things where either you're overworking yourself, overbooking yourself, overextending yourself. At least you kind of have that schedule in front of you so you can see what changes need to be made. Next, evaluate your lifestyle and see where you can better yourself. Ask yourself, am I eating well? Am I drinking enough water? Am I sleeping a minimum of 8 hours a day? All these can positively or negatively affect your work-life balance and actually put you into more stress if it's not managed well. Practice leaving work at work. We understand that we have to de-stress, and I know sometimes you just have like a really bad day. Just try your best leaving those negative emotions at work. Like if you just had a terrible day, you had a cold blue rapid response and your patient just left AMA and it was just the worst of the worst. You left 2 hours past your scheduled time that you were supposed to be on shift. Try before leaving work, just leaving all that stress, all that negativity at work and coming back to work refreshed, renewed after taking care of yourself. My very last tip is to consider a change. Nursing is such a flexible career path that you can go to any part of nursing. If you feel one part of nursing is just too high of a stress level and you are truly unable to cope with the day-to-day of the stressors of the job, try a different specialty or a different area. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Those were my top tips on how to avoid nursing burnout. If you like what you see, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And tell us about a time in the comments in which you were burned out and exactly what you did to overcome. Until next time, bye.